Meta shares down almost 13%, 12.5 right now, but we've seen it fall more than 13% in extended trading. Give me your take on this. Is the fact that they're raising CapEx guidance and they have soft soft revenue guidance, is that being overblown, or do you think investors are reacting appropriately to all this?
I think a lot of it has to do with that chain. Mark Zuckerberg wore a chain and nothing's been the same. No, I think the reality is that AI is expensive, and it makes sense that investors are a little bit nervous about that, because the reality is last time Zuck went on one of these tangents in the metaverse, it was not good. The difference is that AI, there's a real there there. They have the technology, they have the data, which you cannot overstate the importance of. And so I think that this bet is going to pay off, and the people who don't get scared are going to see some upside.
All right, people are still scared when you have EPS doubling year over year. I mean, it's hard to be scared when you see that kind of revenue growth, but I get it. It's on the soft guidance and the increase in spend. You just said, number one, the chain thing, hilarious. I think the company, it seemed to take off when he started MMA, but you're saying the chains derailed all that. Interesting to know. We'll have to track him. You're saying when he dipped into the metaverse, that's when the trouble started. Isn't he kind of still in the metaverse? I'm looking at Reality Labs numbers. Loss of $3.85 billion.
I think he should give it up. I think there is no there. We're seeing names like Apple with their Vision Pro 2025 headset. That is not going to happen. The reality is that the market has not embraced this technology, no matter who's selling it to them. So I would like to see them get more out of the metaverse. But when you look at the overall numbers, it's his weird pet project, and he's not spending nearly as much on it anymore.
All right, so not a big believer in the Meta Ray-Bans. That's not going to work for you. I'm surprised to hear you talk about the Apple Vision Pro, but we have to save that for another time. I want to talk to you about something considerably less sexy than all these other things. The digital ads business actually missed estimates by 6%, by a good margin. Higher year over year, but a miss. That's where Meta gets 98% of its revenue. Are people not focusing enough on that?
I think that it is a global problem. I don't think it's a Meta problem. People are buying ads to place against content. The content right now on social media platforms is not necessarily brand friendly, right? You have this massive amount of unrest geopolitically, domestically in the U.S. And so it's not surprising that people are saying, maybe we're not going to advertise next to some of this stuff. And so I don't think that that's a huge indicator of anything right now.
But is it possibly a big indicator of Magnificent Seven performance? I mean, it's a big business for Alphabet. It's a growing business for Microsoft. I mean, ads are not a small thing anymore. It's also a pretty sizable business for Amazon as well.
Absolutely. And Amazon actually could be the winner here, because what they're advertising are sort of product listing ads, and that's a little bit more brand safe. You're not advertising against sort of, social content.